GamingBolt presents 15 video game records that probably won't be broken anytime soon. Keeping and breaking records has always been a part of gaming culture. It started with who held the highest score at the local arcade, and as time has worn on this habit among gamers has continued, speedruns are posted to YouTube, flawless finishes to Reddit, and record marathons are followed on Twitch. In all this, a few records shine over the others, standing as true testaments to skill and endurance, and among these, there are a few that will be truly difficult to unseat. HOPKINS' world record marathon with a controller. In 2012, this guy set the world record for the longest gaming marathon using a controller by posting up in his office for a full 135 hours. The Australian gamer played Call of Duty for the whole marathon. There are a few caveats to the record. Gaming marathons have in the past resulted in the deaths of their participants, so K was allowed a 10-minute break after each hour of gameplay, and was able to sleep by skipping a number of breaks in order to build up some time. He also kept himself safe from blood clots by periodically using a Stairmaster while playing. Gonzalo Barrios Super Smash Bros. Tournament Streak. Gonzalo Barrios has the world record for the longest tournament streak in Super Smash Bros. History. In 2015, he won 56 tournaments in a row, unseating the previous record holder and cementing his place in Super Smash Bros. History. Anyone hoping to beat Barrios will have a long road ahead. And even if they win 56 tournaments in a row, if they lose that 57th one, they'll need to start all over. KYNOS Final Fantasy VII Speedrun. In 2013, a full 16 years after the Final Fantasy VII's release, KYNOS completed a speedrun of the game in just 6 hours 44 minutes and 49 seconds. It's a blistering record for a massive game, and both the game's age and its length ensure that his record will likely never be overthrown. A speedrun of that length is a true test of both endurance and practice, and KYNOS testified that he spent thousands of hours playing before he attempted the run. Matthew Bucco's Tetris high score. In 2012, this New Yorker set the world record for reaching Tetris's highest possible score of 999,999 points, using only 207 completed lines. Other players had reached the high score in the past, but none were able to do it as quickly and with so few lines as Bucco. Any players hoping to top the record will have a long and challenging road ahead. Bucco reported playing for 7 months to try and beat the previous record holder. Joel Hopkins' video game collection. Joel Hopkins is the owner of over 18,000 video games, spanning the history of gaming and a bewildering array of consoles. The collection even includes coin-operated arcade games and cost millions to collect. Hopkins purpose-built his home in order to display his collection with elegance. These titles aren't taking up space in a garage or stuffed into boxes. They're arranged like the books of a library on shelves that span the house's many rooms. Any collector hoping to beat Hopkins will have a truly long road ahead of them. Anything short of starting by buying Hopkins' collection will be rough. DARBIAN'S Super Mario Speedrun. In 2016, streamer Darbian entered into a fevered series of bouts to maintain his title. Player Cosmic unseated Darbian by dropping the runtime of Super Mario from 457.427 down to 457.194. Darbian wasn't going to let this stand though, and just a few days later he posted a time of 456.878. With record times being determined at the levels of hundredths of a second, it's going to be hard for any newcomers to find room. Carrie Svedecki's world record Just Dance marathon. This Bakersfield teacher set the record for the longest dancing game marathon by playing Just Dance for 49 hours. While doing so, she also broke a number of other records, like the record for longest marathon with a motion sensing game, and she holds the marathon record for all 3 major dancing games. Just Dance may not be much of a workout if you're playing with friends at a party, but playing the game for more than 2 days straight would require some serious athleticism. Highest kill streak in The Simpsons. The Simpsons arcade game was a classic romper where the difficulty of the game increased dramatically over time to ensure that nobody was getting too much free entertainment without needing to refeed the machine. As a result, a higher score is exponentially more difficult to beat than one just a little below it. One unknown player achieved a score of 26,325 points back in the day, and the score remains uncontested even now. Glenn Case's high score in E.T. In 2014, Glenn Case thought it would be amusing to pursue the world record for highest score in a game widely considered to be among the worst video games ever made. Reaching the high score took 8.5 hours of gameplay. He was able to do it, reaching a score of 1,058,399 points. Anyone hoping to beat his score will have a true trial ahead. Playing E.T. for 9 hours will be a test not many are up to. Hectorina Kinumi Iglesias record for longest World of Warcraft marathon. Iglesias set the world record for longest WoW marathon in 2014, playing the game for 29 hours and 31 minutes straight. She simultaneously set the record for longest MMO marathon, and had previously set the record for longest marathon playing a Japanese RPG. Anyone hoping to unseat Iglesias will have a lot of WoW to play in one sitting, and it's likely she won't let you hold the record for long. Daniel Brown's Jaws speedrun. In 2007, Daniel Brown completed the Jaws video game in a blistering 3 minutes and 58 seconds. The run was done with an NES, not an emulator, so finding the cartridge with which to play the game will be your first hurdle. Then you need to master the tedious thing if you want to hold a record of fastest Jaws speedrunner. Largest structure in Minecraft. In 2014, Joseph Braybrook completed his second scale model of Great Britain using Minecraft. The map details the whole country, allowing Minecraft players to explore the whole island in miniature. To date, it stands as the largest thing ever built within Minecraft, but there are many other maps that, if made, could topple it. Do you have the time and obsessive interest to build a scale map of Europe, Asia, the world? Benjamin Gwyn's record for beating Dark Souls with alternative controllers. Beating Dark Souls is a trying enough task with a regular controller, but Gwyn didn't let that stop him. After beating the game, he returned to beat it with a Guitar Hero controller and then a drum set. Since then, he's used stranger and stranger controller rigs to beat the game and is still going. Darren Bland's longest game of Football Manager 2010. Across 2 years, with nearly 174 days of game time, Bland carried his team through 154 seasons, winning an astonishing 151 of them. It's the longest running game of Football Manager 2010 ever completed, and the run only came to an end because of liquid damage to his computer. Anyone hoping to break this record will need to rewind 7 years, grab the outdated version of Football Manager and begin anew if they feel like claiming this title for themselves. Uli Horner's Tetris high score on Game Boy. Reaching 999,999 on the NES is one thing, and it's been done, but reaching that score on the Game Boy is a whole different game. Uli Horner holds the record for the highest score, with a final score of 748,757 across 441 lines. It's not anything near the scores put in place by the NES players, but it's a more difficult input system to master, and if anyone wants to best Horner, they'll need to find their own working original Game Boy. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for checking us out.